Black Wrench here. Today we're going to talk about this Rayovac, possibly model 301 Sportsman's Lantern. Now, these things were really popular back in the 70s. Hunters, firefighters, linemen. Used to see them on the show Emergency, KMG 365. Loved that show when I was a kid. So I got one at a flea market one time, and it's cool. I like it, but compared to today's LEDs, they really kind of suck. So what I'm going to do is replace the bulbs with LEDs. You can find a 6 or a 12 volt bulb for the rear one very easily on Amazon. The problem is the front. On the front, you can find a really nice sealed beam, but it's 12 volts. I tried running it on 6, doesn't light them all up, not even close. So the next thought was, well, remember they used to sell these in 12 volts. Well, can't find them anymore. So in the past, there's a smaller version of this that's 6 volts. It has 4 what they call F-size batteries, I believe, and they're 1.5 volts apiece. Those 4 connected together will give you 6 volts. So my guess here is that they have 8 of these F-size batteries connected in a series parallel circuit like this. That means all I should have to be able to do is reconfigure them so I've got 8 1.5 volt batteries connected in series. So the biggest risk of doing that is damaging this or myself trying to open this lid, taking it all apart, and then resoldering it, getting the connections in series. So that's what we're going to do today. So what I've decided to try is this oscillating tool. Now that we got the ridges off, I got a little bit of an opening on the side. I'm just going to run this along here. That seems to be a good way to do it. All right, I got this opened up for the most part. Now we can see what's inside of here. And it looks like I was probably right. It's a series parallel circuit. So I got 4 1.5 volt batteries in series and another 4 1.5 volts in series, and then they're connected together in parallel. So this should be pretty easy. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this wire here. So this will be the end, which will be positive, and then I will connect the other wire to the other side over here. So basically, I'm going to put these 2 parallel connections in series with each other. I'll show a diagram that kind of explains this a little bit better. All right, just to see if I did this correct, I'm going to use a test jumper before I solder anything together. I still have my negative line attached, and now when I connect to my positive, I get 12.4 volts. I'm going to solder the first connection here. Little piece of heat shrink over top of it. All right, now for the other side, I'm going to put our heat shrink on first so we can get it over top of the connection. Now to get the bulbs out, there's this little spring that you have to kind of pry away from the plastic part. You got to be careful you don't break it. And I had a 6-volt bulb in here. Now I'm going to replace it with a 12-volt bulb. So it's pretty easy. I'll leave links to all of the bulbs and the battery in the description of this video so you can see it. And we're going to do the same thing on the sealed beam side. You can see we've got this crazy kind of spring in here. And this is actually pretty simple, and all right, now we're going to take our sealed beam and install it. These use stab-on connectors, so I didn't have to make any changes. They were the same kind, which worked out well. Now we'll put it back in the housing with the spring that's in there, and then you slide this retaining spring in and around. It's easier said than done, but you'll get it. Just got to keep pushing away here until the spring lines up at the end. So now you've got the front one in, and the rear one is just about as easy. That should hold it good enough for the epoxy to dry. Okay, here's the finished product. It's a little ugly, and of course, because it's retro 70s, we had to use our Dymo label maker. All right, here's our finished product. Upgraded LED sealed beam headlight, upgraded LED rear tail light, converted from 6 to 12 volts by the black wrench. If anybody has any comments on how you would do this differently or better, especially when it comes to taking the battery apart, please leave me a comment, and hopefully you'll give me a like as well. Thank you.